Hey there, guys. This is part two of my new series, City Walk in San Antonio, Texas. And my last video, I looked at the train station, I looked around that area. This video, I kind of get closer to downtown from the direction of the train station. There's a lot of historic houses there, so it's going to be a pretty cool one. This one is going to be pretty cool, so I hope you enjoy. If you haven't seen the first one, you can see that after. It doesn't really matter what order you watch it in. So enjoy the video. All right, guys, that was a stressful walk from the train station. We got confused. There's a parking lot and it was gated off, but we are back in downtown San Antonio and we're on a very historical route. It's very pleasant. And on the way here, I saw some pretty cool historic buildings. Don't know anything about them. I'm a New England history guy. I don't know much about Texas, but yeah, we're just gonna look at some things we find along the way, like this thing here. So this is an interesting monument. This is a plaque dedicated to the Hemis World's Fair that took place in San Antonio. This was a World's Fair in 1968, and they built the Tower of the Americas here and a lot of the other things around here. So that's pretty much what this was from. And this event was one of the things that helped change San Antonio from a western cow town to a big city that it is today. So that's like one of the really interesting things I found along the way. So this kind of just explains the history of that, and it has a list of the board of directors. So that's what that is. Back here. So I'm going to check it out. So there's no plaques or anything around this. So I'm kind of curious as to what this was. Like always, I will try to research it for you all. But it's an empty shell to a building. There's people's names sketched out in it. Okay, so I have been searching for about 30 minutes. I cannot find any information about this house, but I can tell you about the neighborhood around it. This neighborhood was originally a residential neighborhood, and over 200 buildings were demolished in order to build the Hemis Fair, which I talked about earlier. This was one of the buildings that made it out, but I don't know if it was a house. It was very small, so it could have been a shed or just a very small house. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It looks like the roof has been renovated recently. The wood was new, as you can see in the video, but I don't know anything about this building. So if you know, please tell me in the comments, because I'm very, very interested about what this was. All right, guys, my sister does not like looking at old buildings, so she just left, but I'm gonna continue. So right next to the police station here, there is this old house. Don't know if someone lives here or not. I don't think so. It looks empty. But there's no plaque or anything, so it's kind of interesting. Oh, right here. Okay, so I read this plaque. It's not too much different from a lot of the other buildings I've seen so far. It's just another building that survived the demolition around the World's Fair. The building was built in 1885 in a Gothic style by John Custch. I hope I pronounced that right. I probably did not. But not really much else interesting besides the house. It wasn't his family up until the World's Fair, but that's pretty much it. So just a very simple story behind that. Yes, there's these gondolas right here. I don't know why these are here. I'd imagine these are from something else. I will research that. I did, in fact, research that, and these gondolas, like everything else I found so far, relate to the Hemis World's Fair. These were gondolas. They had a gondola ride there. So that's it. They're just gondolas from the World's Fair. So somehow they survived, those two survived, and they are in that park. So that's it. So I'm gonna cross the street and I'm going to go read about this one. It's a polar bear statue right here. Donated by the city of Berlin. Okay, so I was very surprised reading about this statue. It was donated from West Berlin in Germany. So I was thinking it was some local city named Berlin, but no, it was the one in Germany. So that's pretty cool. It was donated for the World's Fair. It's a bronze statue created by Gus W. Fussell. I hope I pronounced that right. I probably did not. But the reason it's a polar bear is because it's Berlin's coat of arms. So it relates to the city in Berlin. Don't know why it's in like why they specifically made that for Texas, but there was 100 pieces of artwork from 30 nations, and they were all brought to the World's Fair, and this is one of them. So kind of interesting. They put it in this park a while after the fair. So yeah, I didn't know this little bear statue had so much history behind it. All right, we are here. This is the Half House. You can see here, there's a little plaque, 1893. This house is interesting. It belonged to the mayor of San Antonio, Mayor Half. He moved to Texas in the 1860s, and he had a huge cattle ranching industry with over 1 million acres of land, which is insane. So he built this house in the 1890s, and it's a Victorian style house. It's pretty cool looking. And yeah, it was one of the houses that survived the whole World's Fair and all that. And it belonged to a former mayor of the city, so it's more significant than a lot of the other houses around that area. So that's that. And that's that for this video. That's all the exploring I did around the World's Fair part of the city. Hopefully there's going to be one or two more videos in the series, but I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you there.